Today we're going to talk about Open War, which is this little card deck that I've got here. It's a great way of arranging open play games for Warhammer 40,000. As you know, when organising a game, there's certain things that you need. As well as an army and an opponent, you need to know what are our armies trying to achieve, what's the goal, what's the objective. You need to know how we're going to deploy our forces. And then the Warhammer 40,000 universe is a scary and dark place. All kinds of strange things might be happening, and we have some cards that affect those. Here we have an objective deck, the deployment map deck, some twists which help represent that spooky dark environment. We have some ruse cards, they give a slight advantage to one player if he's outnumbered, and we have some sudden death objectives. I'll talk you through an example. In this one, this objective, we're playing for the prize. No matter how much blood is shed, how many lives lost, and what hardships must be endured, nothing else matters but to seize the prize. So in this mission, we place an objective marker in the centre of the battlefield. Our models can pick it up by ending their move on it, and then the marker moves around with that model, unless it gets shot. The player whose model is carrying the marker at the end of the battle round, 5th battle round, wins the battle. So that's the objective, that's what we're fighting over. Now what we need to know is, how do we set our men up? So we take a deployment card. Each deployment card has a little map on it, showing you where your deployment zone is and where your opponents are. So you can see where you need to set up your armies. As I said earlier, the Warhammer 40,000 universe is a dark and scary place. So to represent that, we also draw a twist card. This one is called Orbital Debris. Spawned by the death of some void-born warship or battle station, blazing wreckage streaks down from on high to detonate across the battlefield. Using this card, each player rolls 3 dice at the start of each of their turns. For each roll of a 6, they can pick an enemy unit and inflict mortal wounds upon it, as bits of starship rain down from the sky onto the battlefield. As we know, not all armies are created equal. Sometimes, after you've deployed, you'll be outnumbered. You add up the power ratings for both armies, and the player with the lowest power rating also gets to choose a ruse. These are little tricks that you can play that just help give you a small advantage when facing a much superior force. This one is called Tactical Reserves. In a display of prudent tactical acumen, you've positioned hidden forces, ready to hurl them into the breach at an opportune moment. So I can play this card at the end of any of my movement phases. I can pick one unit from my army that's been destroyed and set it up again, more than 9 inches from the enemy. So it's just an opportunity to bring back some dead guys and help sway the battle in my favour. Sometimes you'll find yourself outnumbered by a much bigger force. If you find that one of the power ratings is double the other, then the underdog, the player with the smallest power rating, can choose a sudden death card. In this case, we've got Vendetta. Sometimes honour, vengeance or cunning is more important than simple force of arms. In such circumstances, a single blow can win the entire war. I can play this card if an attack is made by my warlord that kills the enemy warlord. I'll immediately win the battle. Sudden death cards are a great way of giving even the smallest army a hope of winning against a vastly superior force. So as you can see, this battle that we've now set up, we have an objective. It's called the prize. We're battling to recover some important piece of technology or maybe secret plans and get them back to our own deployment zone. We've got a deployment map that shows us where we deploy our forces. We have a twist called Orbital Debris, so our battle is taking place while a much vaster star battle is raging in the heavens above, and bits of spaceship are raining down onto the battlefield. Because I'm the underdog and have a lower power rating than my opponent, I get to use the Tactical Reserves card to bring back a dead unit. And also, as he's a vastly superior force, I have the Vendetta card, so if I manage to kill his warlord with mine, then I win the game. As you can see, there's quite a lot of cards here. There's over 50,000 different combinations that you can get. It's an awful lot of games to play, so I hope you enjoy using them and have lots of fun.